Hey, welcome everybody to a very special edition of Daybirds Consulting Incorporated Facebook Live. It is a Wednesday night. We're usually here on Thursday, but we have a special occasion, and that it is a book release birthday party. And I am joined, first of all, by my co-host, my right-hand person, Tara Martin. How you doing, Tara?
Hey, Dave, doing great. I'm super excited about this book. It's been in the making for a bit, and I can't wait for the audience to hear about it.
And so we're also joined by the brand new author, Roni Habib. Roni, thank you for joining us.
Oh my gosh, I'm so happy to be here with both of you. Thanks for hosting this and for launching this book with me. I'm stoked about it.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, and as you all are joining in, please throw your name over in the comments. Let us know where you're watching from. We'd love to see who's here with us, who's watching the Facebook Live. So throw your name over in there so we can shout you out and say hello. And so, Roni, first of all, it just arrived.
Woo!
So I have my own copy of it now. Happy and Resilient, the complete guide to joyful teaching, learning, and living. So congratulations to you and you got your own copy too. Perfect. Tara will have her copy soon. It is beautiful. It's gorgeous. I'm absolutely in love with this cover. It just pops and looks incredible. And so before we dive into the book and all that, maybe Roni, if you could let us know where you're joining us from and maybe what your current role is in education.
Yeah, I love it. So I'm joining you all from Santa Cruz, California, where I live. And, I'm the founder of EQ Schools, and we're a company where we bring positive psychology, personal development, emotional intelligence, mindfulness strategies and trainings to educators, to leaders, to parents. And, I've been doing this I was a teacher for many, many years. I was a teacher for almost 15 years and also a leader at my district, started in Boston and in Palo Alto. But I've launched this company and I've been doing it for a decade. But, it's like so momentous and beautiful to actually see a book come to life because, I present in a lot of places, right? And I present in a lot of, and my people too, but to have this work out there so people can hold it and it can kind of outlive me. It's just so powerful. So just super excited about today. It just feels so good. So thanks for that.
Absolutely. Hey, and we want to, we have people joining us all the way from Winnipeg, Manitoba in Canada. Nick is here, and we've gone international. She says we've gone international. We have Renee Bryan is here. Thank you, Renee, for joining us. Really appreciate it. Kristen, we love that you're joining us. And who else? I saw Lauren. Lauren is here. Thank you, Lauren, so much for being here. We really appreciate it. This is a message that we are super passionate about. And this is a time, I think, when it's never been needed more before. And this profession for many has become a little bit overwhelming. And there's a lot of anxiety, a lot of people talking about I think I'm going to be done this year. This is my last year. I'm leaving. Retention is a key thing right now with educators. And so I think that this message is going to really resonate, Roni, with people. And it's just perfect timing for a profession that, to be honest, is hurting a little bit.
100%. It's I can't tell you how many stories I hear over and over again, right, of that. But yeah, the message of not only hope, but the message that, hey, we can absolutely rediscover the joy in this work and really truly thrive doing this work. And recognize that when we thrive and when we're more resilient, when difficult things come, it's just it makes everything so much better, not only to feel better, but actually makes us much better educators, and then our students get the best. And so, it feels very timely, 100%.
And now, Roni, I know you do a lot of speaking around this message as well. Yeah. And so as you're out there talking to audiences, I'm sure, you see the impact that this is having. And then now to be able to broaden that impact to the book. Yeah. I always tell people, when people ask me about why did you write a book? I say well, because I can only go so many places, but exactly. I want the message to go further. And now you're in the same situation. You can only go so many places, but now your book can go all over the world.
That's why it's so exciting. I I had 1 year I spoke in like Kazakhstan, in India, in South Korea, and then the US, of course, right, in Europe. And it's beautiful and wonderful to speak all over the world and doing all this and connect with people. I love it. But just the thought of the scalability of it, right? Like the people being able to actually, like teachers I haven't even met, like in in the middle of Asia somewhere, picking it up and reading it, and or in the US or wherever. It's just so exciting, and I feel very excited, not just because it's my book and it's out there and it's all that, but also because I feel like it's going to be really practical and useful, and actually like get to the lives of the teachers and to the lives of the students, and so. And when I hear of stories, of teachers like using the practical strategies and stuff that I teach them and that are now in the book, it's everything, like it's just so, it's why I do what I do, so it's exciting.
I have something for Tara here. This is actually a special book for another reason. And the reason this is a special book in our line is because one of the transformations that we had as a company was putting Tara as our director of publishing and doing the curation of some of the book titles and listening to the pitches and reading through the projects and doing some of a lot of the front end work on book selections. And this actually is the first book that is that Tara is that. Other book, a couple have come out before, but this is the first book that actually was signed by Tara as director of publishing. And so, Tara, what was it that you saw in Roni's message that made you so excited and want to sign this to a DBC?
Yeah. So when I heard Roni's pitch, I immediately called Dave afterward, and I had heard other pitches. He wasn't the first pitch I heard. It was just the first pitch that I had heard and said, okay, I think this is the one. I think we need to sign this one. I remember calling Dave and telling him how, one, I think the message is so relevant and so needed. And also you're just such a great writer, speaker, articulate. And I feel like you take something that feels unreachable for some people and you make it just easy to understand and to apply. And it feels welcoming, and I think it will create this culture of teachers and students and anyone associated with the school community. It will create this sense of belonging where everybody feels like they can be both happy and resilient in the workplace.
Tara, thank you so much for those gorgeous words. And I didn't know, actually, I didn't realize that this was your first book that you signed off on. And I feel so honored, first of all, I want you to know.
And it was very interesting, Roni, because I didn't know you. Like, a lot of our pitches, we know them from Twitter or something. And you're my first one, and we didn't really know you. And so I was like, this is really exciting.
And I felt the connection right away. I just feel like you have the synergy between, the book and also just the global message, right, of DBC and what you guys are all about. I think fits right in. And I saw what Renee wrote. Renee, I'm sending you a big hug. I absolutely, I love speaking. That's what I do basically, right? I'm a speaker, and now I'm an author, which is super exciting. But I think just connecting with people, right, and building, like you said, Tara, building deeper relationships. Helping people really teach kids how to be human beings as opposed to human doings, and really connect with their colleagues in such a way that they're like, hey, we're here, we're part of a bigger thing, and we don't have to do this all alone. And then also getting the skills to really invest in the most important relationship, which is the relationship with yourself, right? Really understanding how to love yourself. And I think that's such also what's interesting too about this for me is that they very much are skills, it's kind of like teaching math to people, right? There's algorithms, there's skills, there's practices, and building positive psychology skills and resiliency skills, it's actually the same. And it's very, very doable for all of us as adults, and also for us as adults to give to kids.
Roni, I sent this screenshot to Tara before we started, and she said she was going to load it up and put it on here. I don't know if you've seen this yet, but you are officially a #1 new release in philosophy.
Oh, damn, that's awesome.
Philosophy and social aspects of education is the category.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so you're a #1 new release right now in that category. And so congratulations on that. Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. That makes me so happy. That's awesome. It's kind of a shock.
So awesome.
I'll be putting that on my story very soon here. And Monica, thank you for joining us. She says, my biggest goal each day is helping the kinders be kind humans. So important, so powerful. That brings me to a certain point about this book. When we were looking and going back and forth on subtitles, we were trying to come up with a way to make sure that people knew that not only is this a book for the educator, and for the educator to become more happy and resilient in their professional life. Right. But these are strategies for that educator also to be using in their classroom with students, for students to be happy and resilient in their life. And so that's why the subtitle says The Complete Guide to Joyful Teaching, Learning, so you get the student aspect, and living. So this is going to be something that's all encompassing. Not only will you use it as an educator, but it's also going to be something that you're going to be transferring to your students as well, and working through these things with them too. So that's a pretty powerful combination right there. That's kind of unique and rare with a professional development book, I think.
Thanks so much, Dave. I appreciate that. Can I just speak to that for a moment? Or do you want
that's enough. No, I'm just kidding. But absolutely, yes, please.
I can talk about this forever. So it's one of those things that I need to really do it concisely. But one of the things I'm most proud of is that the practices and the skills, right, that I teach educators, and I know that this works because I've done this for a decade now, but they really do prime kids' brains to be more ready to learn. So it's not just about, of course, it's about helping the kids be well, right, and more resilient, #1. But it's very much about actually getting kids to be in an optimal state for learning. And it's beautiful to see that when you enact those skills when it comes to relationships, awareness. We have this acronym in the book called RAMP, right, that I created, that really describes the 5 elements that contribute to our well-being. And so relationships, awareness, advancement, meaning, and positive emotions. And, the book, I feel like, does a great job of telling teachers, hey, here's how you apply it to yourselves in your life and in your day-to-day experience as a teacher. But here are very practical skills and games and tools and activities that you can use with kids so they can really not only experience a higher level of RAMP, but then use that to be more present, more here, and more creative and curious and ready to learn. So
I was just going to ask that. I was going to ask a similar question. I feel like your book, it's so well written, guys. Like, if you don't have this book, you should get it. But I love the fact that it motivates, but it also gives those very practical things for the teachers to do with the learners, for them to do with themselves. I'm wondering if you would be interested in just sharing one practical strategy, something really simple, but people could take and apply it tomorrow. And then as you guys hear this one little practical strategy, go click the link. We're going to put it in the comment section so you can get a ton more of them. But Roni, go ahead and share if you don't mind.
Yeah, for sure. So first of all, one of the things that I love to do the most is to actually start my classes with games. Okay. And so practical tip number one, or strategy number one, is start with an improv game. Now, the book I feel like there's hundreds of them in the book, maybe not around 100 of these games. Okay. So you can see, and so instead of describing a game, I'll give you another tip. You asked for one, but I'll just give you 2. So the first one is games. Second one is starting. Actually, when I was a teacher, I started with a game. I started with a gratitude circle, and gratitude circles are very simple. They're basically, the students come in, they sit in their chair before the bell even rings. They write 3 things they feel grateful for. And then you form a circle with them. They form a circle, and each person shares about what they're grateful for. And if there's time, they share about why. And then what's amazing about this is that not only look, you see, gratitude actually it's been shown to be one of the fastest way to shift our physiology. Because think about it, when you're grateful, you can't be hateful. When you're grateful, you can't be fearful. It's an amazing way to really shift our physiology fast. But the beautiful thing about the gratitude circle is that when kids share with one another, it actually opens up a window into people's lives. And so it deepens relationships within the classroom. And then as a teacher, when you do that and you begin to build a muscle of gratitude on a daily basis, and your kids do too, it helps you be more resilient and find the good in life more. So yeah, and then there's a lot of other strategies to dealing with difficult things and all of that. You know what I mean?
For sure.
And the book is just full of these. And I see Tisha Richmond, author of Make Learning Magical, Dragon Smart, which just came out. She's a big lover of games. So you had her at games.
Awesome.
Right on. Loves games, loves gamification. A quick glance through the book, Roni, and one of the things that pops out is, first of all, it's gorgeous, but also multiple places in the book there are QR codes.
Yep.
And so maybe I was wondering if you could address the information in this book is not even all contained in this book. There's QR codes that take you to other stuff. Maybe you can address what these QR codes are giving you access to.
For sure. I'm so glad you asked that question, because when I wrote the book, I wrote basically twice the amount of information that we could have in a book, right? Yeah. And then also you guys come here like, hey, done, put it down to like 65,000. So I was like, great, we'll do it. We'll make the book much better. But it was intense. And I was like, where are we going to put all these other resources? So we created a beautiful, gorgeous resources page on our website, EQ Schools, to basically, and it's all, most of those resources are totally free, right? And so like, when you just, if you like what you're reading in the book and you're like, but there's some additional resources that you're like, whoa, I would really like to get a hold of that. So it's very simple, QR code it, and then you get on our resources page and you'll get it for free there. We wanted people to have access. We just didn't want the book to be a monster.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's great size. And then the fact that you're able to just jump right out of the pages and onto a website and get stuff makes it super practical and kind of takes you beyond the covers of the book and allows it to grow, and be super useful. So that's an exciting part of it as well.
Oh, Ty, to hear you.
This happens to me all the time. My dog's so loud, I have to turn it down. Another thing I really love about this book, though, is that I believe it's going to be one of those ones that you just leave sitting on your desk. And I love those kinds of books because, when you go to lesson plan, you're just, do this. Dave's book is one of those books for me. Boredom Busters by Katie Powell is also one of those books for me. I find those books just sitting always on my desk, and even teaching adult learners, I grab them. And so I feel like Happy and Resilient is a book much like that. It's one you could just leave it sitting there. There's so many cool ideas in there that's practical, and you could just grab it and go and put it in your lesson plan, or just grab it on your plan time and use it in the next hour. That's the kind of practicality that I love about this one.
Thanks for saying that, Tara. I appreciate it. And I think another another dimension that I tried to give to it is that it's kind of funny too. Like there's parts that are really funny, just to like name the fact that like I'm human just like you, like I'm a teacher, and like there's some funny things that happen in the classroom, you know what I mean, like to all of us, right? And they're super relevant to the book, right, and to the practical stuff too. So I wanted you all to know that it's like all the readers, the audience, to know that I'm a teacher just like you, and try to make it like human and funny.
Storytelling is amazing. I do believe that. Like I know I've kind of gone off on the practicality, but just because we have a lot of really good books that have good storytelling, but this one, I feel like you just nailed it, like in all areas.
Thank you. That means the world. Thank you.
I can't wait to hear what everybody says about it.
Yeah.
Jay Billy. Look at Jay Billy's popped in here, and Jay Billy, me too.
Jay, so good to see you, man. I love your picture. I'm sending you a big hug.
Yeah, we have to unite. We have to stay. We have to stick together.
Exactly.
We have more bald authors than ones with hair.
Yeah. Well, bald is sexy. So
Exactly. My daughter always, she knows when I get a haircut, and I tell her, "Hey, I got a new style. Do you like it?" And she's like, "Oh, wow. What are you talking about? It's yours." Always the same style.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and thanks, Jay. We appreciate you jumping in here and being a part of this. Jay is one of our authors, Lead with Culture. In the Lead Like a Pirate series. So good to see you in here too. Yeah. So this is a super exciting day. And Roni, again, congratulations, not only on the release, but on being a #1 new release on day 1 of the release.
Wow, it's so exciting.
Yeah. And I'm curious, I always like to ask authors this, what was your experience of getting it in the mail and like opening that package for the first time? Like,
okay.
Have a surreal moment?
I'm so glad you asked. So listen to this. So I got it in the mail, right? And it came in the Amazon package. And I put it on the counter and I waited for my kids to arrive home because I wanted to open it with them. And I told my daughter, I was like, "Hey, will you take a video of me opening this thing? I don't know what this is, but I'm curious." And she was like, "Why do you want me to take it?" But she was like, she went with it, And she's taking the video as I open it, and I'll put it up on social media too because it's super cute. So, and I take out the book, and initially she's like, "Oh, it's just a book." She thought it was like a toy or something, And then all of a sudden, her and my son, they saw, the title and the name of the author, and they're like, "Whoa!" You know what I mean? Like went crazy, and we just like, hugged and jumped and danced, and it was this like just a moment that I'll remember forever. It's one of those like, just it'll be within me like for the rest of my life.
So sweet. I love that.
Yeah, it was very, very special. Very special.
So sweet.
I love that. I see Tara, Nick in Canada said like, "Oh, ball is sexy." Like then shaving her head.
I love it.
And Cheryl is here. Thank you, Cheryl, for joining us. Taking the break from walks in the cold with Allison Apsey to join us. We appreciate that. I saw that on social media. We are so pumped for you, Roni, but more importantly, we're pumped for people to get this book, get it in their hands, help them, and then have in turn help the kids that they serve, the students that they serve, and to see the impact that this book has on school systems. And now it's going to be so fun as a speaker, you're going to be going out to speak. And now not only will they be enlightened by your message, empowered by your message, but they'll be able to take something home too, which is really makes it much more impactful and practical for them because they can bring you home with them and all these strategies too. So it's super exciting to see. Tracy Browder. What? Tracy Browder is here?
We have family reunion in here, Dave.
What?
It's a DBC family reunion in here.
I love it.
Yes.
I'm so honored to be a part of it too.
Yeah.
So beautiful.
Tracy will be releasing in 2024.
Yep.
Oh, awesome.
A lot of authors in here.
Good stuff.
Yeah, good to see the fam joining together in Facebook Live tonight. Yeah.
Before we end, go ahead, Tara. I just want to say one thing with Tara. Go ahead. Yeah.
No, you go ahead.
Well, if we're about to end, I just wanted to say that it's been such an honor and a pleasure to work with both of you and with your whole crew, with Sal too and his team. And I feel deeply, deeply honored that you decided to take a chance on me and the book. And I think it's going to do so great. And I think, just the excitement of knowing how many people it's going to touch and how many kids it's going to touch is huge. Really, for any aspiring authors out there, these guys are amazing. You should totally work with Dave and Tara at ABC Consulting. And the other thing I'll say to the audience is your work has never been more important, truly. And I hope that you remember that the ripples of the impact of your work knows no bound. And to all the teachers out there in the audience listening to this, may you be happy, may you be healthy, may you be at peace. May the work that you do come back and pay you a millionfold in the form of love, connection, joy, and abundance. Thank you for what you do, truly.
Oh, that is an absolutely beautiful way for us to wrap up. I cannot top that.
Me either.
I don't think you want to try to top that either.
No, I don't want to try. I think we need to get him to add his connections, though.
Oh, yeah.
So if people would like to talk to connect with you, Roni, talk to you about the book. First of all, happy and resilient is the hashtag. So if you get the book, we would love to see a picture of it arriving to you. We'd love to hear your takeaways. Put hashtag happy and resilient. Tag us, DBC, Tara, me, Dave, and Roni. If people want to get connected with you and also maybe to talk to you about coming into their school system to speak or any of that, what are the best places to get in touch with you?
I love it. So go to eqschools.com and just click on Let's Talk, and you get on my calendar and we would chat. If you want to email me, it's just Roni@eqschools.com. And if you on Twitter, or sorry, X, I'm Roni_Habib. So
okay, and everyone, that's Roni, 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 Roni_Habib. Yeah, so that's perfect, excellent. Yeah. Well, again, we are so appreciative that you all have come to join and spend this time with us on a Wednesday night in the middle of a school week. That doesn't go unnoticed or unappreciated. So thank you so much. And we are unbelievably pumped about this new project, Happy and Resilient. Please go out, get a copy. Let us know when it arrives. We know that you're going to get so many amazing takeaways from it, and we can't wait to hear about it. And so, Roni, congratulations. Tara, thanks for joining. Yes. And everybody, we really appreciate you all.
So good to see you.
Yes. Thanks, everyone.